gang stalking, the gang stalking community stalkers allowed me when I see I knew what was going on all these years. I just didn't know that it was happening to other people. I thought that like I was some special person, like Noah or Moses or something. Like I was the only one in the world, and no one else was being gang stalked. There must have been something special about my birth, which there is something weird about the day I was born. But anyway, um, when I went to YouTube and I found out that there was actually a gang stalking network, an extension of the KKK that embraced every nationality in every city in the United States of America, government, big government popped up into my mind. And now a lot of answers have been cropping up. A lot of questions that have been secreted into the back of my mind all these years. A lot of questions that I've been, cause you know I just don't write things off. If I can't answer it honestly, if I can't give myself an honest answer to something, I won't write it off. I'll secrete it into the back of my mind. But what happened was when I found out on YouTube that watching these actual videos of actual gang stalking as it was happening, I realized that, well, I was always wondering who they pick, because I know the lottery's fake, you know, the big lottery, you know, $1 million winners. I know that's fake because, see, I used to sell lottery. I sold lottery for a living. I sold, you know, God knows how many scratch-offs and regular lotto. There were big players. I ran through at least, probably $5,000 a day on a bad day in my register of lottery alone. That's not even counting the gas. I rang up 5,000 a day in lottery alone. So I know what the fuck's going on with the lottery deal. I know it's fucking bullshit. It's rigged. See, but the thing is, I was wondering where they were getting the people that were pretending to win $1 million. I was trying to figure that out. Now, when I found this gang stalking shit, you know, I don't think it would have ever occurred to me. When I found that this gang stalking is a real network of all nationality and all ages, people are actually training their little 3-year-olds to gang stalk. I've seen them start training them right here where I'm at. But the deal is, the people that are like, you got group leaders and churches and group leaders of churches. You got different ranks, like lieutenants and shit. You know, the gang stalkers have their area leader, area command, and since they're already hooked up with the cops, because you know you can't do it without government. The government says, okay, we're not going to give you our fucking money. We're going to give you the people's money. Because a lot of these gang stalkers, they don't have a job. They can't hold a job if they're following someone around. If they're ganging up on stalking people, if they're spending 20 people, 40 people per one person, if they're stalking one person, if there's 40 people assigned to one person, they can't fucking have a job. So now I know how they get paid. The government through the cops, because I've already seen that the gang stalkers have cops in their families. The gang stalkers, through the use of the cops, and through the use of the Texas lottery, which is probably why lottery was probably the reason that there is lottery. Probably the only reason why they fucking started lottery in Texas is because so they could pay off gang stalkers. And the government said, we're not going to give you our fucking money. And end up getting caught. Fuck that. We're not going to manipulate tax money. Fuck that. What we're going to do is we're going to start lottery in 1992, and we're going to start fucking paying gang stalkers through that. So we're going to pick these fake winners and these people that are already incorporated into a gang stalker network. They're already community stalking. They're already like a leader, like a top-notch stalker that follows people around. Mainly they stalk women, but a few men are stalked. So they say, look at here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to give y'all, we're going to pay y'all this way through the people. If the people are dumb enough to shell out fucking money, thinking they're going to win, they're dumb enough to think they're going to win $1 million. If they're dumb enough to think we're going to give $1 million to some criminal, someone that just got out of fucking prison for fucking rape, we're going to, you think we're going to sit ourselves wide open so a criminal can get out of prison after 30 years of rape and then fucking go and shell out $1 and win $1 million back? You think we're going to leave ourselves wide open for that kind of motherfucking bullshit? You're fucking out of your goddamn mind. We ain't gonna roll like that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna shut it down. We're gonna keep it to where, you know, the computer keeps track of all the fucking numbers that are played. And it knows what numbers have not been played. So the amount of numbers that have not been played, the set of numbers that have not been played, the state draws one of those sets of numbers that have not been played and throws it on the screen and says, looky here, these are the jackpot winning numbers. And a few days later, someone crops up and says, it's my ticket, I won. And I always wondered where these fucking people come from, because I know it was rigged. I was just wondering how they were selecting people to keep quiet about it. So they're not giving them the full $1 million. They're telling them, look, I want you to pretend. Okay, they say, look, you're already in the gang stalking program. You're already one of us. This is why we created the Texas lottery to begin with, was to pay you fuckers. So you've been selected to pretend to win $12.8 million. But what you're gonna do we're actually going to give you $60,000, and I want you to take a 5,000 of that and buy a car for this guy so he can gain stuff because he hurt his leg and he can't ride the bike anymore to gain stuff. He can't do that anymore. So, but he's a good member. You know, he's a good team player, so we want him to have a nice car. So buy him a $5,000 used car, and we'll show you where to buy it. And you know, they tell him, you know, basically how to use the money. And then, but see, there's a lottery every day, right? Y'all see what's going on here? So there's plenty of fucking money. There's plenty of money to pay these motherfuckers because there's millions of people stupid enough to pay in. I know that. I used to fucking sell them the fucking tickets. So I know how fucking many there are. So that answered the question of who the fuck are these people and where the fuck do they fucking come from? And now I know. They come from gang stalking, community stalking organization, which what they don't realize is once they get busted, it's called organized crime. You understand? I also realized when you see all these people getting hit on the road, these people on 10 speeds that are in the Speedos, or some poor girl walking across the road, when you see people getting hit and run and they can't find who did it, those people were gang stalked. I knew that. I just didn't know it was a gang stalking program. I knew they were deliberately hit. I was trying to figure out why people were deliberately hitting them. I know they're deliberately hit because when I used to walk 5 miles to work, I used to have to start out at 3 a.m. every morning, and people used to try to hit me, and usually they were the same fucking vehicles with the same tag numbers. They used to try to fucking run me over on my 5-mile journey to work. So I know that these people were fucking gang stalked and ran over. It don't make no difference what city you're in. See, gang stalkers do a lot of shit. They'll fucking, if they get the chance, they'll run over your fucking ass. Okay? Accidentally shoot your ass, but mainly they wanted to accident. Hit and run. I've seen where cars were set up to hit us. I've seen where people flew through the fucking stop sign on purpose. And the ones that are doing it are always in a big ass fucking badass 4Runner with all the front end protection. You know, the brush guard and shit. So, you know, like one time me and 4 other people were in the fucking vehicle, and we had a green light, and we're about to go through, but this fucking big bad fucking 12-ton fucking 4Runner came flying through the light in front of us across crossways about 80 miles an hour. It was like a flash, like that. And I was like, you know what? Someone had to have been following us and telling them our exact location. And they deliberately flew through there hoping to hit us. Because someone already had us insured. You see, you gotta fucking wake the fuck up. When you see these little fucking things on 48-hour mysteries on TV, I ain't been wrong yet. I've always been right about shit. Now, I've been disappointed a lot of times that they always lock up the wrong person, but and then later they find out that it was the wrong person they locked up. I've been disappointed. But I always write about the motherfucking gang stalking. I know they've been gang stalked. I know they were gang stalked. Like them two girls that got shot. I knew right then when I saw it on the news that they were gang stalked. I knew that some little creepy organization was hiding the information. You know, you gotta have cops involved to hide information. They were hiding it long enough, long enough, hoping that the little friend would just go away. The guy that did it would just go away. But he was so dumb he didn't go away. He hung around, so they said, fuck it. The evidence is going to eventually lead to him, and he's one of us, so we're going to have to motherfucking disengage ourselves from this person. We're no longer affiliated with this person anymore. So, tell them, hey, you were one of us. Good luck. Sayonara and all that kind of shit. So that's what happens. You're not one of them forever. And usually they recruit criminals that have like 30 or 40 years worth of charges on their backs. They're like, look, you're going to face these 30 or 40 years or you're going to work with us. They're like, what do you mean work with you? You want me to snitch? No, we want you to become part of our network, our gang stalking network, a community organization, or TIPS, TIPS. That's what happened to Trayvon Martin. He was gang stalked. That's why Zimmerman got off, because the cops were involved, and the cops gave him the gun, and the cops had him gang stalk people, okay? Because Trayvon Martin probably looked at him wrong, or flipped off someone, or told someone to fuck you. So, once you do some shit like that, look at someone the wrong way, you're automatically drawn into the gang stalking. You're a targeted individual right then from that fucking moment. But that's not what this is about. What this is about is you have to look at the big picture. You can't single-mindedly look at the fucking plate and say, oh, I like peas with the butter and I'm going to eat the mashed potatoes. Where did the mashed potatoes come from? How did they travel here? How did they end up on your plate? Did they come from Mexico, from Brazil? Where the fuck and what the fuck? Gang stalking. You have to have help to do things. When you see them, well, that's another story. I'm going to keep it on the gang stalking. Most people are stalked, are innocent. Most people that are stalked are innocent of any crime, and they don't even realize they're being stalked. I'm going to say it again. Most people that are being stalked are innocent of any crime and don't even realize they're being stalked. I'll be right back. So, that being said, oh, we've only been on 20 minutes. I'm using my tablet. Um, that being said, I had to get some candy for my throat. So when I do a lot of talking. Okay. They recruit gang stalkers from the jails. People that have DUI'd, they saw them run over someone, run over a kid or a baby, or threw their baby off the 40th floor, onto oncoming traffic. Whatever. They catch them doing something and they pull them aside and say, look, what we're going to do is instead of giving you 40 years to life, we're going to give you a chance to become a participant in our organization, in our community organization. Take it or leave it. And the people are saying, okay, cool. I can live with that. Sign me up. And y'all, honestly, if I threw a baby off the 40th floor and someone caught me doing it, all right, and offered me to be in a community organization to spy on people and follow them around, I would fucking say okay too. I mean, come on, you gotta be fucking. This is reality. So anyway, now, not only do they recruit people from jails, you need to back up and take a look at that. Why? Why? Well, most gang stalkers or community stalkers or car stalkers are from jails, are wiggling out of getting some big time. They have done something. You haven't. All the gang stalkers have committed a crime, have murdered someone, have done something to a child, have ran over someone, have robbed a bank. All the gang stalkers are part of the organization, and they're all criminals, and most of the people that they follow are innocent. It's a gang of criminals hired by the government through the police to fucking follow your ass. And you're like, well, let's go back to the jail part. The jail part is, instead of fucking filling up the jails and prisons that are already overcrowded, instead of running them through court, instead of fucking running billions of people through court and locking up, if it wasn't for hiring, in other words, it's a population control thing. If it wasn't for hiring all these gang stalkers and paying them with lottery money, we would have about 500 additional prisons built in the state of Texas alone, just to house all the fucking people that deserve to be fucking locked up with life sentences. So instead of fucking building all these fucking new prisons and shit and having to care for all these fucking criminals that are going to end up fucking getting out and being more of a criminal than what they were when they went into the goddamn prison to begin with, they say, fuck it, what we're going to do is not build a goddamn prison. We're not going to feed them motherfuckers in prison. We're not gonna motherfucking take care of them motherfuckers in prison. We're gonna motherfucking slowly shrink the prison system down by offering these motherfuckers fucking opportunity to be in our community stalking program and go around and fucking fill the neighborhood full of fucking spies to spy on motherfuckers that we don't like, and we'll be doing the whole fucking state of Texas a favor by not building 500 additional prisons, not having 1 billion extra fucking inmates we have to fucking take care of, that are sitting around figuring it out how to be madder than what they were when they fucking first got arrested. What we're gonna do is all a psychological motherfucking experiment with the fucking lives of the whole state of motherfucking Texas. And I say the state of Texas because I don't know what's going on in other states. I can only tell you what's going on here. Now, it might be happening different in your state. It might not be happening at all in your state. I'm talking about this state. What's happening in your state, I'm not concerned with because I don't even know you. All right? What I'm talking about is this state, the state of motherfucking Texas. And for sure, these motherfuckers have fucking figured out how to embrace and orchestrate and manipulate this whole fucking shit to where this whole motherfucking shit is under the fucking push of a button. Okay? It's actually a fucking genius fucking thing. It's a fucking, it's so fucking genius. It's unaccommodating. That's how fucking genius this is. I would have never fucking came up with no fucking shit like this. I would have never even figured this shit out. I only knew that I was being fucking community stalked. I had no idea that this shit, I was just wondering why it went flitted from one place to another. I only wondered how it flitted from one place to, like, it gives you the illusion that there's something wrong with you, that you're seeing things. You see, I knew I wasn't seeing things because I was looking them motherfuckers up, them tag numbers. See, I had the edge. I was looking up motherfucking tag numbers on them niggas. See? So I knew there was something wrong. When I found out who the cars and the vehicles belonged to, when I looked at who the cars and vehicles belonged to, I started saying, whoa, what the fuck is this? Because, you know, I'm not going to divulge any information about that. But also, most of these motherfuckers are running around with false identifications. That's another thing with gang stalking. They got false identification and they're getting away with it. Because when I was looking these motherfuckers up on a government, using government information, and I did it legally, I found that these motherfuckers had like 2 motherfucking identifications. And they just barely changed their birthday from April the 1st to April the 2nd. And they were, just by changing their birthday by one day, they were a completely different fucking person. You see? And they used, most of the people that were gang stalking me had 5 identifications, current and active identifications, the same name with 5 different birth dates, and voting, okay, get this, registering to vote 5 fucking times. Almost every single one of them not only had IDs, 5 or more identifications that were active identifications, all current, they were also registered to vote 5 different fucking times. So they could vote 5 times. Some of them had 12 IDs. They were voting 12 times. This is also part of the fucking organization. Whoever the fucking leader is, Democrat, Republican, whatever, of that certain area would say, I want all y'all with all y'all fake IDs to motherfucking load up the ballots with Obama. And then the next one would say, I want next election, I want y'all to fucking load up the ballot box with Bush, or whatever. It's sickening how far this shit has gone, okay? And you say, well, what to do about it? I'm not going to post on motherfucking YouTube what to do about this shit. Fuck you. I already know what to do about this shit. I already know how to stop the fucking community stalking. Your motherfucking ass gonna have to fucking get with the program, alright? And prove to me you mean business. Prove to me that you're not trying to infiltrate or set up a motherfucker. If you prove to me that you motherfucking real thing, you're the real thing, I'll show you how to stop this shit. Okay? But anyway, I think I said enough for right now. Let me see how much time is on this thing. 32 minutes. That's not bad, you know. I'll show you motherfuckers how to stop this motherfucking shit. You motherfuckers that are being gang stalked, look out your rear view motherfucking mirror that's in your fucking car when you take off. You'll see a motherfucker, the professional stalkers. Let me put it this way. Most people that drive are in a hurry and want to get the fuck where they're going 100 fucking miles an hour. Okay? They don't even think anyone else belongs on the road except for them. So, when you see a motherfucker turn the corner and come up behind you on the freeway, and that motherfucker's holding back, that motherfucker ain't caught up with you. They're still way back there, like hanging back behind you a quarter of a mile. That motherfucker is stalking you. The one that's all the way up, pushing up against you, that motherfucker is probably not stalking you. That motherfucker just trying to get you to get a ticket. And you see, you got two fucking people. Now, I've known this for many years. You got a motherfucking gang stalkers work with the police this way. The police this is how they get their ticket. And get a motherfucker to get in a big ass motherfucking truck and get up behind a little bitty car and intimidate that car and almost touch that car going 70 miles an hour and force you to fucking do something illegal, which is to get on the shoulder and drive, and them motherfuckers go around your ass. Let them go through, and then as soon as they go through, cop pull your ass over for getting on the shoulder. You just got a $300 ticket. You just got set up. See, that's what they motherfucker do. I knew a motherfucker that told me that he was part of a secret organization he couldn't talk about. He said, now this was in, I don't know, the 80s? He said that he was in an organization. It later on, you know, today I know what organization it was, community stalking. But he said that he worked with civilians that were, you know, criminals that were offered a chance to do something. In return, they would not get, you know, time. There was no jail, no probation, no nothing. And He said he used to sit there in his regular vehicle, and the cops would supply him with a radar gun, and all he would do was sit there on the side of the fucking, not on the side of the freeway, on the service road. He would sit with the woods as a backdrop on the service road and just sit there and radar detect people. And he had a two-way radio, and he would call in the speeders to the cops. Sometimes he would have someone with binoculars telling the cops if they were from out of town or not. You know, looking at the license plate with binoculars. So I always kept that in the back of my mind, you know, because I knew the dude was telling the truth. Because that's all he would tell me. He wouldn't tell me anything else about the organization. He just said it was an organization. And he said that he was not a cop or an agent. He just was in an organization and that I wouldn't understand. So I did ask myself when he told me that. I asked myself, how many fucking people are doing this for the cop? How many people are sitting there radar detecting for the cop, while the cops are just sitting back having a little sandwich with mayonnaise and tomato and the little bread and butter pickle slices and the little cheese covered buns and the little jalapeno poppers sitting in the shade of a big ass maple tree just listening to the radio while someone else is out there sweating all the work. How about that? How about that shit? I'll give y'all one more thing to think of before I fucking sign out. I was sitting there one time and I was waiting on someone to give a ride to their job, and I was sitting in the parking lot, and it was right next to a restaurant, and I was just sitting there, you know, and smoking a cigarette, and this fucking motherfucking dude comes from behind the restaurant. He goes out the back door. It's a famous chain restaurant. I think it was like a Chili's. I want to say Chili's, yeah. He goes out the fucking back door of the fucking restaurant, and he's real close to me. He's like not even a block away. He's a half a block away, so I can see him pretty fucking good, you know, real clear. He was fucking. He had his back to me, and he was started taking off his shirt. And I was watching, and you know, I started sitting up, looking, go, what's this nigga? What's he gonna do? Strip? You know. And then he started taking off his shirt, and it was long sleeve, buttoned around the wrist. He unbuttoned the wrist, he unbuttoned the front, and he started pulling his shirt off, and he had his shirt on underneath. And it was a cop shirt, the police officer's uniform. And he pulled the pants off right there behind the building, broad daylight. It's about 4-something, 4:30. He was pulling his fucking pants off, and he had a full cop's uniform on up under there, gun and all. And it just hit me. How fucking unlucky could I be to be fucking in a position to where I can sit there and watch this cop illegally working while he's supposed to be out on a patrol, which is patrol buddy, while he's supposed to be out on patrol. This motherfucker's getting an extra paycheck while he's supposed to be working. He's working at this motherfucking restaurant. How unlucky should I be to have to witness this? Because he was watching me watch him. I was thinking, oh shit, I done fucked up now. And I'll be getting a ticket. I'm going to get a ticket just because of this shit. Just because sure enough, the next motherfucking day, all this time driving, out of all these years of driving and never getting a motherfucking ticket, never getting stopped, all of a sudden, the very next day, I motherfucking go driving around the same corner that I was driving before on a service road, and who's got the road blocked and standing in the middle of the road pointing a fucking radar gun at my fucking vehicle. Got the whole road blocked off and pointing a radar gun at my vehicle, and I was doing 10 miles over the limit on the service road coming around that corner. I was doing 45 in a 35 zone. You see? And I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. And it happened the very next day. It happened quicker than I thought it would happen. I got a motherfucking speeding ticket because I saw a cop doing something illegal. Just because I saw him do something illegal, I got a speeding ticket the next day. Now you see, so that's what I'm saying. If y'all motherfuckers, most people are being community stalked and they don't even realize it. Things happen to them and they think it's an accident. Someone hits their kid on the bike and they think it's an accident. The fucking house blows up next door and you think it's an accident. Someone in family, someone you know gets pushed in front of a train and you think it's... All this shit ain't accidents. Okay? A lot of shit happens and they're all called accident and they're not. Someone gets ran over. Hit and run pedestrian, hit and run bicyclists, hit and run motorcyclists. This shit is not fucking accident. There are accidents that happen, but from what I've seen personally and what other people I know have seen personally, 89% of these so-called accidents are not accidents. And even the police chief in our motherfucking area didn't even know about gang stalking. They shut him up. Because one day he started talking about, he started saying that he's fixing to crack down on these strange hit and runs that were cropping up. Okay? Just because you're not walking in the crosswalk doesn't give a motherfucker the right to run your ass over and kill your goddamn ass. And that's what they're doing in most of these fucking towns. They say, well, hey, motherfucker ain't in the cross. Why should you have to be subjected to walk an extra 5 miles to find a fucking crosswalk? Hello? Why should you be subjected to walk an additional 5 fucking miles to locate a goddamn crosswalk? You should be able to cross where the fuck you want to fucking cross. Okay? So don't sit there and say, oh, they weren't in the crosswalk. You know, they were 3.5 inches out of the crosswalk. So, hey, they got splattered. Hey, it's their fault. No charges. I'm like, hold the fuck up. Fuck that. You see, most of these people just don't get it. And after this, I hope I woke some people up. I hope I woke up some people on this fucking recording I'm making. I hope some people fucking wake up. I hope I didn't put anyone to sleep. Some of you that were already woken up, I hope I fucking explained this shit a little bit more. I hope I gave you some insight. I hope I put a spotlight on something that maybe you considered before, but maybe you thought was fucking crazy on your end of the deal. You know, there's a lot more I wanted to say, but I don't want to stray. You know, I make a lot of tapes. I make a lot of fucking voice audio tapes. But I just want to make sure that you understand. I want to make sure that you fucking that I stick to this one fucking program, this community stalking creeper thing, the creepers. Okay, if you think out of the corner of your eye there's a creeper, you're probably correct. Okay. If there's something there that's making you think there's a creeper, then you're probably correct. You're probably fucking right. Okay? And where there's one, there's many. They don't use one person to keep an eye and monitor your ass. They use the whole fucking network. And I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to log out. Also, now in my area, they're not broadcasting, but in one area I was in, they were broadcasting who they were with their vehicles. One of the panels of their vehicles would be a different color than the rest of the car. Like if the car was blue, their hood would be white. If the car was black, one front left panel would be white. If the car was green, the left door panel would be white. You know, it got to where there were so many thousands of community stalkers in that area. The car dealers at the new fucking dealerships were selling brand new fucking cars with one of the panels completely different color than the rest of the fucking car. It was unfucking believable. Even the car dealers saw the fucking thing. They couldn't resist the temptation. Even the big chain name car dealership selling brand new fucking cars could not resist the temptation of motherfuckers selling the car with the fucking community stalking insignia already painted onto the car. Anyway, I'm going to log this shit out, and I'm going to store it on a computer, and then load it up to motherfucking YouTube with the rest of this shit. Thank you. Um, we motherfucking holler at you motherfucking later. Bye bye. And good luck. And buy yourself some shades. They do not like it when you wear shades and they can't see the response out of your eyes.